Tüm iddialarının geçersizliği bilimsel olarak ispatlanmış olmasına rağmen
Despite all the evidences have been collapsed and have been invalidated, evolution theory is still being taught in school curricula.
Dünya çapında tüm ülkelerde olduğu gibi
Just like in the rest of the countries in our world, in our own country, Darwinism is taught in a one-sided way. For instance, in the biology book of the 9th grade, they say that there was an evolution from prokaryotes to eukaryotes and that single-celled organisms evolved into so-called multicellular organisms. These are their claims of evolution.
Oysa ders kitaplarında işlenen prokaryottan ökaryota, yani tek hücreliden çok hücreli
However,
geçiş
their claims saying that a single-celled organism evolved into a multicellular organism is totally wrong. Because evolution is forced to make this connection between prokaryotes and eukaryotes, they have a claim, a so-called claim, that single-celled organisms are primitive and they evolved into being more advanced forms. This is their false claim. And in order to find a basis to their claims, they use the bacteria fossil, which are 3.5 billion year dated, and according to these wrong claims of evolution, those single-celled organisms appeared and then they just advanced into multicellular forms with evolution, and they turned into birds, butterflies, rabbits, and then finally human beings, which establish civilizations, which travel through space and which carry out experiments in laboratories. This is definitely a fallacy, definitely a forgery, because prokaryotes and eukaryotes, these two cell types have differences. When there is a comparison made between these cell types, it is understood that it is impossible for a prokaryote cell to evolve into an eukaryote one. Because, for instance, a prokaryote cell has a cell wall made of polysaccharides and protein. However, eukaryotes, they have a different cellulose structure. And second reason, prokaryote and eukaryote cells, they have different DNA structures. And the third reason, when we look at the DNA molecule in eukaryotes, the nucleus is a two-layered membrane. However, in the prokaryotes, DNA molecule is free in the cytoplasm. The fourth reason is, when we look at the prokaryote cells, the DNA molecule carries information for one cell. However, the eukaryote cells, they have information in regard to the entire body of the organism. And the fifth reason, the messenger RNA structure between the prokaryotes and eukaryotes are entirely different, and this fine-tuning, really, this fine structure, which is surely against all kinds of random changes, is removing any claim that there could be an intermediary form between them. And also, the scientists, the evolutionists, can never explain how these organisms carry out photosynthesis, so they claim that chloroplasts and mitochondria, they are formed by the entry of certain organisms into the cells. First of all, this claim that cells appeared with coincidences is definitely a forgery, a false claim, because it has been evident by means of science that no protein molecule could be produced in the cell through coincidences, because even if a cell was swallowed with another one, that would be giving a consequence that the major cell, the parent cell, would be swallowing the other and digesting it, because the cell has in itself lysosomes, and those lysosomes right away dissolve any material that enters the cytoplasm. However, those cells could only survive when they have entire organelles and particles inside of them. Therefore, it would definitely be not possible for the eukaryote cell to be evolving slowly, grade by grade, and expecting mitochondria to appear, because it is apparent that the DNA molecule coding should be used in order to synthesize the proteins. Therefore, the mitochondria's DNA could never have any process without the original DNA of the entire molecule, entire cell. So it is apparent that the prokaryote cell could never evolve into eukaryote ones. And also the prokaryotes, which are single-celled organisms, are surely complex ones, and it is definitely a fallacy to claim that they are primitive, because there are thousands of genes, and which means that there are 2 million of nucleotides, and this coding exists on the DNA of every prokaryote, which means that 100,000 novel load of information exists in the prokaryotes. And evolutionists are aware that this is the dark point of evolution theory, which they cannot explain. And thus the confession that evolution has collapsed. And Oparin, the Russian scientist, is saying that, unfortunately, the appearance of the cell is the darkest point of evolution theory.